Hey, what's up, Popol as well? It's your boy Serrano. So today we're going to be testing out and using the Umidigi, A15 right now. And this is a budget device that I've been using for about 6 months now. So I wanted to share my experiences with you and kind of go through everything that I like about it, some of the things that I might not like about it, but let's just jump in. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So yeah, I have been using this device off and on. I do have my SIM card in here right now, but this is the Umidigi A15 series device, and it does come with a couple of accessories inside the box. First, you're going to be getting your wall brick, which is going to give you 20 watts of fast charging. You're also going to get your SIM removal tool, and you're also going to get the Type-C to Type-A red cable, which is also another nice touch. I do also like the blue box, and Umidigi did also include a case inside of the bundle. So we're going to be getting protection for the Umidigi A15 when it comes to the overall use of it, because they do actually pack the smoke filled color TPU style case, which is going to actually be pretty sturdy when it comes to the overall protection on here. And this is pretty much all you would need. It does have a nice feel to it. It doesn't feel too cheap, so I definitely like that they packed this in here. So as far as using the Umidigi, first you can see that we do have a pretty decent design on this device. Now it does carry a really nice solid design that it has carried for a little bit of time. I remember the A3 Pro had this style, which is the boxy sides to it. It's gonna have flat edges and rounded corners. It's gonna have an LCD display, which is gonna give you HD plus full view display, which is 1650 x 720. You have your side mounted fingerprint sensor right here, which is actually pretty quick, so when you touch that, it's very responsive. You also do have your lift to wake with the facial ID, so when you lift it, it will wake up, and then you can look at it, and then it should unlock every time. So I just got to you kind of want to just like tilt it towards you after putting it flat, and it will actually unlock a majority of the time when it comes to the facial recognition. Now, so this thing does have a hot button on the left hand side, which I really do like, because you can control 3 different functions, one single tap. So you can see this phone is a little bit slippery, so that's one of the things I like about the case. So right here you can see if you tap this button, I have it set to my recorder, voice recorder. A double tap, I can get to my flashlight, and then a triple tap, I could take a screenshot. Now this display, let's keep talking about it because it is pretty decent. This phone does have a slippery feel to it because of the sides just have a matte finish on it, which is very slippery. It does feel like plastic on the side, so I definitely think this is plastic. You also have your headphone jack on top, which is actually pretty solid. I do like the fact that they added that in there. It will have Bluetooth on here too, so you're gonna get Bluetooth connection with this device as well. So it's going to be a good overall solid audio experience. It does have Bluetooth 5.0, but this thing does support a headset free FM radio, so you don't actually need to plug anything in here to actually use the FM radio when you're using this device. When it comes to the antennas for like a radio connection or whatever, so that's going to be a really solid thing. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you go into the FM radio, which is right here, it can play directly out of the speaker.
Whatever you need, the choice is easy. We're just a phone.
So you can see that's a really nice FM radio right there, because you have that hands-free, headset-free radio. It does have Bluetooth 5.0 like I mentioned. And right now I am using this device on T-Mobile and it's working perfectly fine. So if I turn off my Wi-Fi, like you can see right here, it says T-Mobile right there. So, you know, Wi-Fi and LTE on here. It doesn't have 5G connection, but the speeds when you're in the house with the 5G, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi is actually just all you need. So, you know, that's going to be a pretty solid feature. So we get our Google apps right here. You can see we have all our Google apps as far as, you know, the Google Meet Assistant, the Play Store, everything like that. And the theme that's on here is the themed icons. So this is a really nice fluid phone because everything is going to flow on here pretty nicely. You can see I have all my widgets on the home screen and everything like that. Drop downs work very fast. You have screen recording. You have screencast as well as your Google Wallet with NFC inside. The VPN is also on board as well as hotspot. Now, I don't know if we have Wi-Fi calling, but let's find out real quick. I'm going to type that in here and see if we can actually get that. If I could only spell, right? Okay, so here we go. So this device does also offer Wi-Fi calling, which is actually packed in here. So just want to throw that out there. And, you know, the overall voice calls and everything sound good. I was using Bluetooth when I answered the phone like the last 5 times. So, you know, most of the time when I am taking phone calls, I'm using Bluetooth just because I don't want my face to be on the phone or whatever with that radiation on there. This thing does also have, like I said, the AI face unlock, the side mounted fingerprint, which is going to make it really nice. And you also do get 20 watts fast charging. So when you plug it up to a charger, it's going to charge pretty rapidly. You also do get, you know, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is going to be pretty decent on here. And, you know, when it comes to the display, it definitely lacks, you know, the most punchiest colors. But as far as the, you know, basic, like not basic, but this device does pack a really good viewing experience because it's not going to be too, you know, like it's very subtle, but it's not too overwhelming either. It's just perfect when it comes to looking at media on here. So once you start using it, you just get used to it and it becomes really, really, really nice actually looking at content on here with the 6.7 inch display. So one of the things I wanted to show you is, you know, obviously the speaker quality. So let me go ahead and, you know, pull up a track. Let's do one more track. Alright, so that's the audio sample coming out of here. Let me know what you guys think about the audio quality. I definitely think it's pretty loud when it comes to the single firing speaker on here. It does give you a nice amplified sound, so it travels really well. And it's, you know, it's pretty decent. It's not the best speaker that you'll ever get, but you will be able to hear people when you're putting them on speakerphone with it. You could also hear through the earpiece, which is not a problem. But most of the time, like I said, I was using Bluetooth headphones. The other main thing I like about this device is it does have 256 gigabytes of internal storage. So when you're using this, you actually get right here 256, which is actually crazy because you could throw all your games on here. And the processing chip, which I'm going to jump into in just a second, is very focused on, you know, performance. So it's really good. You also get your memory expansion of up to 8 gigabytes as well. So you're going to notice that the speeds, when you actually increase the memory and turn that on, then reset the device, is going to be really, really nice to feel that smooth effect. Now, this device does have 60 hertz when it comes to the scrolling, but as far as overall like performance, it does feel like it's moving really quick. It has an ultra smooth display, as they claim, which I think is true. And it does have some really good expansion, and you can get up to a terabyte of external storage when you actually put a SD card inside of here and install that with the pin that they did provide inside of the box. Now you can see you can change your gestures with the system navigation. You can control screen recording features on here too. And you also get some SOS emergency shortcuts on here to play around with as well. And they will give you the ability to, turn off the screenshot sound if you want, right here inside of the Smart Assistant. So this device does pack some premium features. Let's do a little bit of gaming performance. I'm going to play some PUBG on here. Now, one of the things I like before I get into the cameras and the gaming performance is the fact that it has many different colors to choose from. They give you a space gray color. They give you a jade green color, which is like an emerald color. Then they give you like this lavender purple, which is also has a nice soft pastel color to it. I have the pearl white right here, but then you also do get the graphene black color to choose from. Now, as far as the video performance on this, we're getting a 720p front facing camera on here, which is going to give you 30 frames per second. So let's just jump into it so I can show you the front facing camera, but it will record at 720p when it comes to like the overall pixels on here. So you can see that right there. And then on the rear camera, if you flip it around, you're going to get a camera that's going to record in 1080 30 frames per second. And it's a 16 megapixel camera with the rear recording giving you 1080p with 1920 times 1080 frames per second. And then you could dumb it down to 720 1280 times 720 30 frames per second. So you do also get a 5.5 or like a 5 megapixel macro camera with the f2.4 aperture on this. And you're also going to get an ultra wide camera at 8 megapixels on here too. But the main camera on here is going to be a 64 megapixel camera with 1.8 aperture. And then the ultra wide is 2.2 when it comes to the aperture, but it's going to give you that 118% degree angle when you're looking at things. So it's almost like a full spectrum of looking at stuff when you're using the camera. So let me show you what it looks like. You go in here and you get the ultra wide mode to mess around with, and that's going to give you that really wide view, which is going to be very helpful when you're taking photos and stuff like that. So you don't get that for video. Let me show you. When you go into video, you don't get the ultra wide for video, but you do get it for photos, and you also do get the macro camera as well as the night camera on this as well, which is you're gonna have to hold it still for a little bit of time after taking the photo, which is a little bit annoying. I wish they would shorten the time that you would have to hold it still, but you do get a pretty decent shot. You also do get your portrait mode, and you get AI photos on here. So if I go into some of the photos that I took, if in my gallery, there's some of the photos right here, it does say that they're AI, AI on there. So you can actually turn that on, and you will get some pretty decent AI photography on this device. So there was a system update on here, and it said that it was basically going to fix minor bug issues and optimization, actually update to the latest software on here. And here are some of the specs you can see running on the phone. So we get the Android 13, we get the T616, which is actually a pretty decent processing chip with the 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, as far as the graphics on PUBG, it's going to give us smooth and ultra as far as the frame rate. So let's test out the graphics, but I definitely think these are going to be pretty good settings when it comes to a budget device. We'll be able to get some kills every now and then. So I did get first blood right there. I'm not sure how, but you know, this device will give you some good performance when it comes to, you know, just messing around with it. Let me see something. Maybe I could get another kill. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's a pretty decent phone for gaming. Yeah, overall this device will be pretty good when it comes to the performance after 6 months. It does have some you know, system updates every now and then to it. The case actually gives it a nicer feel in the hand, in my opinion. You know, you have all your stuff that you really need to do on here, especially the mobile payments and, you know, the screen recording and the screencast. Those are some pretty good features. And then, you know, you do get a really good display with some pretty good speeds to it, and it's going to basically going to be able to run all your apps. And then as far as the battery life, that's going to be able to run all day long. And then you're going to get your camera, which will give you some good performance too. So a lot of good you know, entry-level AI technology running on this device. Let me know what you guys think about the Umidigi A15 in the comment section down below. If you're still here, just type down below I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll check you guys later. I'll hit you back later, crew. Peace.